and welcome to The Drum. I'm Steve Kinane. Coming up, vindication for the Chamberlains 32 years on. We talk to their lawyer following today's historic findings. Gordon Brown unloads on the Murdochs and the Prime Minister's Economic Forum. Is it more than just another talk fest? Our panel tonight, Miriam Lyons from the Centre for Policy Development, economics writer with the Global Mail, Mike Seckham, and in Melbourne, Howard Government Minister Peter Reith. And you can join us on Twitter using the hashtag #TheDrum. A Northern Territory coroner has found that a dingo or dingoes killed baby Azaria Chamberlain at a campground at Uluru in 1980. Azaria's mother, Lindy, was jailed for murder despite an initial inquest ruling that a dingo was involved in the disappearance of her daughter. She served 3 years on a life sentence before new evidence emerged in 1986 that led to her release. In an emotional closing statement, Coroner Elizabeth Morris offered her condolences to the family.
Please accept my sincere sympathy on the death of your special and loved daughter and sister, Azaria. I'm so sorry for your loss. Time does not remove the pain and sadness of the death of a child.
Outside the court, Michael Chamberlain spoke of the family's long fight for justice.
Today, I heard Coroner Morris speak for the dead on behalf of the living. This battle to get to the legal truth about what caused Azaria's death has taken too long. However, I'm here to tell you that you can get justice even when you think that all is lost. But truth must be on your side. I cannot emphasise strongly enough how sacred human life is and must be protected at all costs. And I cannot express strongly enough how important it is to pursue a just cause, even when it seems to be a mission impossible.
Lindy Chamberlain Creighton also expressed her relief.
Obviously, we're relieved and delighted to come to the end of this saga. Well, no longer will Australia be able to say that dingoes are not dangerous and only attack if provoked.
We're now joined by Stuart Tipple, who's the defence lawyer for the Chamberlains, who is in Darwin. Stuart, welcome to The Drum.
Well, thank you.
Can you describe to us the feeling in the courtroom when the coroner handed down her findings today?
Well, it was electric to see the coroner with so much sympathy and empathy, and to see her herself break down. There was really no dry eye in the courtroom by the time she had finished.
The coroner's comments were very clear. She was very clear about the evidence and, as you said, very empathetic about in the way she expressed them. What did that mean to the Chamberlains, the way the coroner expressed herself?
It meant a lot, and I think anybody that's lost a child would resonate with the coroner's observations that time doesn't heal it. It's a loss that they still feel, and feel keenly. It was Azaria's 32nd birthday yesterday, and every time that comes around there's a feeling of profound sadness. So today was a high day. It's a day and a time for celebration.
The coroner, Elizabeth Morris, said the evidence was adequate, clear, cogent and exact, and excluded all other reasons possible. Given the evidence was so clear to the coroner, how was it that the Chamberlains suffered such a miscarriage of justice?
Well, I think if anyone was at the Royal Commission or reads the Royal Commissioner's report, it's fairly clear that things got off the rails and was exacerbated by poor science. And the sad thing is that when you have poor science, people are still ready to believe that science is infallible, it can't make mistakes. And so, although all of the eyewitnesses then and continue to always support the Chamberlain story, the jury was led to believe that they must have been mistaken, and that science proved that it wasn't a dingo and that the Chamberlains had done it.
There were huge mistakes made in this case, including the case where they said that there was blood in the car. What are the lessons to be learnt from this case?
Well, I think one always has to be very careful of scientific and forensic evidence. I think the other lesson that unfortunately as lawyers we're learning is that it's very safe, it's very unsafe to go into a trial where there's been this much publicity and rely on a jury being impartial. We would have been much better had we been able to probably dispense with the jury and be tried by a judge alone.
Stuart, Michael Chamberlain spoke in a very impassioned fashion. We heard from him before about the importance of not giving up. How hard has it been for the Chamberlain family to be fighting this case for 32 years?
Well, it's been hard, it's been exhausting, but there's never ever been any suggestion or thought about giving up. And although we were confident we'd done everything that we could have done by today and hoped that there would be the outcome that there was, if it hadn't been the outcome, we would have kept on going, simple as that.
Stuart Tipple, we'll leave it there, but thanks very much for talking to us tonight.
Yeah, thank you.
Stuart Tipple there, one of the lawyers.